The 10 most cunning robberies of all time. Following are some of the best funny robberies that took place around the world. The Kazakhstan robbery. Here, the robber enters a shop, where other people are also to be seen in the shop, as per the CCTV footage. The robber breaks the vending machine without the notice of any of the people shopping around the shop, and finally breaks it, takes the money, and leaves the shop in no time. The robber is wearing a black robe, and is said to be noticed as the vending service repairer. The funny factor is that the robbery is done in front of everyone's eyes, as they do not even have a clue whether it's a robbery or not. Robbery in Irkutsk. This cunning robbery was recorded in the CCTV, and here 3 people enter a supermarket and steal the ATM machine that is said to be carrying 2.4 million rubles. The funny factor here is that the robbers just move the machine and carries out the ATM machine, which could easily be noticed by any, but not. The robbery just happened in front of all the buyers and sellers in the daytime without anyone's notice. The robbers were also mistaken for the service repairers of the tunnel that made them easier to carry their business. The elevator robbery. According to the CCTV footage, a man and a woman enters the elevator and they seem to be unknown. However, when the woman arrives on her floor, she opens the door and tries to get off the elevator, where the robber takes her bag and puts her out of the elevator. The CCTV also recorded that the robber freely leaving the place with the woman's bag on his shoulder, implying that it is his backpack. iPhone stealing reported at the subway. A guy is appearing to stand closer to a sitting woman in the subway who is using an iPhone. The guy is closing his eyes that notices him as a sleeping person while standing to other passengers, where they have also recorded the incident. When the train arrives at the destination, the robber keeps an open eye on the phone and runs where the woman is locked inside the train with the schedule's door locking before the train starts leaving. Steal cow in the car. The thieves and the car is reported to have stopped for a while near the park, waiting for the cow to come closer to the vehicle, and then was reported to have fed before forcing and pushing it into the back seat of the small car. 2 people were involved with the robbery, the driver of the car and the other person, who attracts the cow near the vehicle and forces it inside the back seat of the car. A cow is fairly expensive and can be sold for a higher price, as reported. On the other hand, the robbers might have just done this to use the cow for beef. We will never know. Stealing the sheep. A red-color car is recorded to be moving closer to a flock of sheep, where the robber opens the door and pulls in the legs of one sheep and pulls it inside the car. The car is also followed by another, which tapes the incident. Another incident was reported where a moving truck was used to steal the sheep. A motorcycle with a backpack is used for the robbery, where a moving truck with sheep is followed by the robbers. One of the robbers enters the moving truck and assists in taking the sheep out of the truck and transfers to the motorcycle. The incident happens while moving, where the robber showed high experience in the process. Underdress stealing. Underdress stealing is very popular all around the world, especially in cultures where women are allowed to wear baggy bottoms. The funny factor in most of these incidents is that stealing something very large in size using this technique that no one can even imagine of taking out without any notice. Women are involved in most of these kinds of robberies, and some incidents include stealing of plasma TVs, hiding it between the legs covered by the gown of the dress. Another incident reported a woman stealing a beer pack, hiding it between her legs. The incident was also supported by her family and her children, as evident in the CCTV footage. Jewelry robberies. Here, the robber's involved in disturbing the shop owner or making him or her busy while the other robber picks the items without any notice to the sales force or the other visitors to the store. Different CCTV footages prove the fact that most of these types of jewelry stealing take place in busy times, where the shop owner or the salespersons are distracted by a supporter. Underdress stealing is also used in this method, or either use of a bag. However, a jewelry can be of very high value, and the size can be comparatively small. Thus ensure you keep the eyes open if you are running your jewelry shop. Using a child to steal the laptop. Children have been used in various types of robberies in the world. An incident reported where a very young kid that is around 1 to 2 years of age appears to be with his father in the laptop store, where the father puts a laptop inside his t-shirt and carries the baby to ensure that no one notices he has stolen the laptop, which is under his t-shirt. However, the kid is not aware of the situation, and it's the total fault of the parents to get a kid involved in such a robbery without their knowledge. Stealing kids from the old ladies. A kid is shown to be stealing an old woman's purse in the supermarket after a distraction by pulling some of the items off the shelf. The kid shows expert knowledge in the robbery, and surely this may not be the first done by him. The kid removes the purse from the old woman's bag without any notice to the woman and then runs away from the place. Cheating the cashier at the ticker window. Cheating the cashier has been one of the very popular methods of robbing, where the customer is using confusion to derive benefits. According to the CCTV footages, the robber just offers the money for her total bill, but does not pass it on to the cashier, where the cashier looks for change and then gets confused whether she collected the money or not. With the confusion building on the cashier, the robber uses it for her benefit and receives the balance even without paying the money and leaves the supermarket. Above are some of the most funny robberies of all time that was captured in CCTVs and mobile phones that went viral in the social media and the digital media. Even though they look funny, most of these robbers were fined or jailed afterwards on investigation. And remember, you cannot fool yourself, especially with the advancements of technology such as CCTVs.